This directly helps Adani and Ambani. Recently, we had like the VB Ramji scheme that has passed through the parliament back in December and January. It was railroaded. It replaced the Manerga scheme. It is fucking horrible. You can, from like a leftist perspective, even from like a normal person perspective, it is horrible. It is going to be implemented from 1st of July, and there is literally no opposition to it. That is a problem. So let's just go ahead and check what it's about.
Hello, students.
Again, we covered it before, by the way. We covered it before in great detail. You can go back and check the video yourself, check the live. Everything is on YouTube. Everything, some of it is on Instagram. And we are live on Twitch as you are. So if you watch this later on YouTube, you know where to come. If you want to talk to me or scream at me, come here.
Welcome to our latest update program. In today's video, we'll talk about a new bill.
Why do
which
they
is the
talk like
Viksit
AI
Bharat-
people? I don't understand. Where is the in Delhi, if you smoke a cigarette, it's healthier than filter. As the filter there, yeah, dude, I'm just going to cry.
Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Grameen Bill. Because this bill is all set to
Seriously,
replace
why do they
the Mahatma
speak like
Gandhi
AI?
National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So this act has been continuing in India for the past 20 years, and now the government is all set to replace this with a new bill. So while certain provisions of this new bill, they are actually going to work towards better asset development, better asset creation, and providing enhanced worker livelihood security, there are certain provisions in the bill that are invited.
First of all, the enhanced shit is just not true. It doesn't enhance shit. They rehearse this, I think. Yeah, I don't.
Concerns.
I mean,
In
rehearse is one thing, but like a lot of like Indian teacher material has kind of like completely devoid of emotions.
Class, we'll talk about all
Even in
these.
Himachal, it's high AQI, of course, nothing compared to Delhi, but still, especially with our tourism. I mean, you have a lot of Israeli tourists. They are bringing in the smoke from all of the bombs they bomb Gaza with.
Things in detail. So the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was enacted in 2005.
I think it's the playback speed is high. No. The playback speed I put high because they speak very slowly as well.
It was continuing in India for the past 20 years, and the goal was to provide livelihood security to rural households. And now this is going to be replaced with the Viksit Bharat.
Okay, I'm not doing this. This is too slow for me. I just can't do this. This is too slow. I can't learn like that. News minute.
India's rural employment guarantee was never meant to be a favor, not a discretionary welfare scheme that could be expanded or withdrawn at the convenience of the government in power. It was meant to be a right.
Himachal is being like Goa, drugs. Dude, don't shit on Goa like that. It is not drugs. Also, Himachal was always about drugs. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have a friend who works at a, let's just say he works at a casino in Goa. So for 6 months he's in Goa and 6 months he's in Himachal. Throughout the time he's just doing drugs. I have another friend who moved to Himachal Pradesh to run a hotel that predominantly helps you smoke. 70% water, she's 100% water. I don't understand that reference, but okay. Yeah, sure. So this stuff is different from other stuff, true. But seriously, shitting on, like, there is a reason why I do not. It's AI voice joke. Okay, I didn't understand. The issue with like comparing yourself to Goa is your baseline becomes Goa, then you can't get better than Goa. Because you're just comparing. This is why I don't even shit on Bangladesh or Pakistan or compare it to India. Like, look, Bangladesh is per capita is so much higher than India. Or there is more press freedom in Pakistan than in India. I don't do shit like that. You will never hear me doing shit like that. I have pushed against it every time because Pakistani people and Bangladeshi people are not our enemies. This is not a comparative system. South Asia can grow on its own together. We don't have to partition ourselves.
nearly 2 decades,
And yes, this is true Akhand Bharat.
Manrega gave many rural households something rare in Indian welfare policy: a legal claim against the state. Demand work and the government must
RSS is the
respond.
biggest enemy of India. That is so 100% true.
Fail to provide it and compensation follows. Now the union government wants to replace this law. As you might have already heard, the union government has proposed a new law called the Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika
They talk like they are beneath us. Who?
Mission Grameen Bill of 2025, or simply put, VBG Ramji. This is to repeal and replace the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. We'll get to the name in just a bit, but there are other deeper problems with it. On the surface, the bill appears to expand the program by raising the guaranteed employment days from 100 to 125 a year.
When people compare us to our neighbors, yes, that is true. That is not what I like. Like, that is exactly what they do. What they do is the comparison is bad. SMS smells legalized slavery. Yeah.
But critics argue that this headline
I talked
hides
about
a deeper
SIR and Muslims being removed to my father, and he had Muslim friends in Hyderabad, but he ignored this topic. That's what they do. Like, it is for a lot of right wing people, it's dissonance. They dissociate from topics they don't want to see to support the leader. They do not think critically. That is the issue. That is what we are trying to fix with this. Because to get them to understand all of this, what we need to do is talk about it online specifically, because that is the information they get it from. That's why I keep saying, share the goddamn clips, share the goddamn videos, share whatever you can if you don't want to talk yourself. If we can create an environment that informs them of these issues, we create an environment that helps them grow as people. Because that's how the RSS does this, right? That's the reason why RSS is so prevalent, why they pay so many influencers to say in the lines of the RSS. अब अपने में आती है फिर सब जगह जाते हैं. What? I have no idea what that means. जब अपने में आती है फिर सब जगह जाते हैं. I have no idea. जाग जाते हैं. Okay. I don't know how long the state can get away with repeatedly starving our most vulnerable like this. As long as it's necessary, because their propaganda machine is hard. The only way to beat this is through consistent opposing messaging, because people think they are alone. Like, when we're talking about a leftist perspective in this scenario, we have to realize is everyone wants to do something, everyone feels fucking alone, because there is no mass organizing on the left. There is no ideological education on the left in India. Everyone gets there on their own and then they join. But the people who actually need it, the normies, for example, the normie people, the dhokla ladies, the kitty party aunties, they don't get there. And until they get there, it is the wheels are not going to turn. That was a reference to something we did earlier. Go watch the earlier streams. Top propaganda machine of RSS, one WhatsApp user, two paid influencers also on ground. Man, yes, and they have been doing this for years. I am someone who has suffered through RSS propaganda on ground. They will approach you, hand you pamphlets, and explain the pamphlet. I was explained like how the poison of Valentine's Day is affecting people. I was a fat 10-year-old. It's not like I was going to be part of Valentine's Day anyway. But they were trying to get me converted into their ideological narrative back then. When have you seen a leftist handing out a pamphlet and saying, look, welfare schemes are fucking amazing. Please do support. Everyone has the right to education, right to health, right to life. And we are going to fight for it. Where is a leftist organization for that? There is none. Do you see the issue? RSS targets children. Like, they have been targeting people from the start. I have people throughout my life telling me how it is. Stop the self-demeaning shit. Don't. It's fine. But I have had the point is I was a kid. I have had people from growing up. I had people growing up who would narrate me RSS talking points, how like India will grow if we have a dictatorship in India from a Hindutva guy. Verbatim. Schools have RSS clubs. Yes. Where are our leftist clubs? Where are the clubs? There are none, because Indian left-wing people suck at actually talking to the public. Yes, the indoctrination is deep. One of the things I always yap about is this indoctrination. SFI, where is SFI? I haven't seen SFI organizing anywhere in my city, anywhere where I went to college. I have had ABVP organizing people. I never had SFI organization. Where is SFI? SFI is in the south. There is JNU in the north. There is no one else. Where is it? Where is it for Maharashtra? Where is it for Madhya Pradesh? Where is it for like Punjab? They are active in one state, friend of a friend, one state that already had a leftist government for the past 15 years? Actually 10 years. And even the UDF, a lot of people in the UDF are ex-LDF. So at least they have the knowledge, and that's why they hated on VD for so long for his misinformation, yapping. CJP protests may have leftist wing. No, there is no. CJP doesn't have a political ideology. That is their entire issue. Can't wait for Republican coded grooming propaganda. We already have it. It is called the RSS. It is called Manusmriti. It is called the Hindutva. The manosphere is deeply involved with the RSS for a reason. But I'm asking you, where is the leftist organizations? Where are they in Maharashtra? Maharashtra was a birthplace of a lot of leftist ideas. And there is no leftist ideological wing in Maharashtra. Sorry, that was replying to this. Oh, shall we start indoctrinating? What was this? Hold on. We don't need to start indoctrinating children. We need to stop RSS from doing it. I know where leftist RSS are. No. So we have gay RSS, we have leftist RSS, we have trans RSS that support RSS, but then cry when the RSS is murdering their own people. These guys are spoilers. These guys are there as token gays, token trans, token leftists in RSS, and the only reason they are there is because they get paid. RSS is male. Yeah. Like, we have had multiple situations. Like, I am of the honest to God opinion, a lot of gays which are repressed as a child that do not get an outlet turn go into the RSS. It has happened to one of my friends. His outlet of being in group, like to be an in group, everyone needs an in group. Not everyone can live on the outskirts of society. And the only thing, and RSS literally says, like, you can be part of the RSS as long as you don't be gay in public. And they accept it because, I don't know, they want friends, I guess. Anyway, that is beyond the point.
One that weakens the guarantee itself, centralizes control, and quietly shifts financial risk from the union government.
It is pathetic from our standpoint, but from their standpoint, they don't have support. On one end, they have their family which hates them for who they are. On the other end, there is a group of people who say, we will accept you, but you just don't have to be that in public. Like the typical line of like these homophobic people say, like, oh, I'm okay with gays and lesbians as long as they don't show it outwardly, as long as they don't hit on me and shit like this. All of that shit. But it's a cult like LK, a cult. Like, it is literally a cult. It is literally a cult. It is mass indoctrination. We have before gone through steps on how the RSS indoctrinates its members, from giving up on certain food items, to behavior, to create an in-group and out-group, to adhering yourself to the dear leader. It is a form of indoctrination. They have been practicing it from the start.
government to the states. At the core, weaken the federal structure. Let me explain. Reporting cannot be limited to headlines and sound bites. When journalism stops asking who benefits, who pays, and who is left out, recently reported on its shape. This special episode of Let Me Explain is by scanning the code of your choice and support our. I go into the
Go
structural
support News Laundry if you can.
changes to Manreka. Let's quickly
But
look.
try and supporting this shit first. To loving chaddis. Yeah, to loving chaddis. Like, this is embarrassing to wear chaddis. If you can wear chaddi in a public, I swear, you are indoctrinated. I think that is actually also a part of indoctrination, by the way. That's why we burn chaddis here. Like, it's literally a form of indoctrination. Like, not even Gestapo had a uniform for the same reason. This is just pathetic of a uniform. It's like, can you give up your shame? Also, misogyny is used as a form of indoctrination. If you can oppress women in your own house, you can oppress other people on the ground, because there you don't even care. And if you can oppress someone you care about, you can oppress anyone. It's training. It is methodical. People forget to realize it.
At the name change. Opposition leaders like Shashi Tharoor and Derek O'Brien have called it an insult to Mahatma Gandhi, pointing out that the original name carried a historical and moral weight. Activists like Aruna Roy and Nikhil Dey say that the new title is
By the way,
ideological.
if you want to burn the chaddis, it is tier 1 subscription, or I don't know if it's free or not. I have to change some shit around, but fine. It is the currently tier 1 subscription. We have other, that is the only thing I can actually provide you. We also have Papakshi stickers and we have hype stickers. I don't know. I need to check. I'm probably going to open them all for everyone, but please try and support if you can.
Signaling, turning the program into a government initiative rather than a legally enforceable right. The use of Hindi words like Rozgar and Ajivika is seen as a deliberate push for a cultural nationalist branding instead of a rights-based language. Critics also note that the name includes Ram, which is seen as another symbolic nod to the Hindu nationalist imagery. In fact, an editorial in The Hindu says that the only plausible reason for the name change is the fact that the BJP's ideological master, the RSS, had strong differences with Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh, guys, they killed Mahatma Gandhi in 1948. Like, saying strong differences is it's the strong difference is doing so much heavy lifting here. Like, dude, the person from RSS shot Gandhi. Using channel points to burn chaddis. Thank you.
Now, this shift does not come out of nowhere. In 2014, Narendra Modi had dismissed.
I don't know if channel points to burn chaddis. I don't understand that reference though. Posture check. Thank you. I mean, to be fair, I don't have to worry about my posture anymore.
Manreka as the scheme to line the
lip
Congress
media.
party's
I know
pockets.
technically, okay, true. But the fact is, they were just quoting like Shashi Tharoor.
A year later, as the Prime Minister, he said he would not scrap it but preserve it as a living monument to its past failures.
Oh, you can unlock. Oh, okay.
He
Guys,
even
unlock
mocked
it
the
with
idea
channel points.
that decades after independence, people are still digging holes, saying he would show
yeah,
these holes to
definitely.
the world. What these remarks ignored was how
Also,
Manreka
ew, you wanna fuck Tharoor? Ew, brother, ew. Okay. Dude, I had no idea you can do that. Like, I had zero idea you can do that. I know shit about Twitch.
was actually shaped through consultations with state governments, economists, activists,
News Minute
and
is
parliament.
very lipped up as well. We have had our issues with this as well, mostly because News Minute's coverage for the trans issue was absolute shit. Everyone's coverage for the trans issue was absolute fucking shit. I have, like, no one even mentioned the fact that how bad the trans issue was. They were only focused on this few different points and how bad it gets. We already have victims of the trans amendment bill today. They don't mention it. They don't care. I heard Tharoor, don't remind. Exo, you're gonna get us banned. I swear, you're literally going to get us banned someday.
and backed by broad political consensus. That consensus is now being dismantled, not by scrapping the law, but by replacing it. The most important change introduced by the new bill lies in how the employment guarantee itself is defined. Under Manrega, employment is driven by demand. Any adult who asks for work must be given a job within 15 days, or the state has to pay unemployment allowance. That is what made the law enforceable and allowed workers to hold the state accountable. VBG Ramji changes that basic relationship.
I know what you're talking about. Chad, I love you. Y'all hilarious. The chat is
The bill
hilarious.
talks
I am
about
scared
125
shitless.
days.
Guys, you do realize the only reason we do it on Twitch is so the Indian government cannot ban us. So it must stop getting us banned by Twitch TOS.
Of work, access to jobs now depends on central notifications, approved schemes, and funding decisions made by the union government. In effect, work is no longer triggered simply by demand, but by how much the union allocates and where it chooses to run the program. Economist Jean Drèze puts it bluntly. The new law promises a work guarantee without any real guarantee that the promise will actually be honored. The biggest shift is really about who pays for rural employment.
Yeah, but they can ban YouTube. Sadly, I don't care if they ban YouTube as long as we have an outlet. This is where you guys come in. The reason why I tell you, clip the shit out of this and post it. Because if they ban us on YouTube, you can pick it up. How many people are they going to ban?
Under Manrega, the union government covered almost the entire cost, paying all unskilled wages, most material expenses, and a large share of the administrative costs. The idea was clear. A national employment guarantee cannot depend on how much money.
Like, I am being very serious. If they ban us here, like, there's a reason why I'm doing this on Twitch. So you can pick this up. Because they are going to ban us on Twitch. No, they're not going to ban us on Twitch. They can't on Twitch. But eventually, they're going to ban us on YouTube. They're going to ban us on Instagram. Or they're going to limit us on Instagram to not be shown in India. Like, there's a reason why this is being done on Twitch. And this is a reason why I ask you to clip it, to share the videos, to share moments that you like. There's a reason for it. This cannot be done alone. Like, why do you think, resubs, sorry, thank you for the resubs, Alexa. Why do you think, like, this is the one thing you have to see, they'll ban all meta platforms? They can, this is not a meta platform. But, like, okay, they will do it on Discord then, doesn't matter. The point is getting the word out. There's a reason why you guys are here. Like, you have to really pull your fucking weight. I cannot do this alone. I have said this multiple times. I am not going to be your Bhagat Singh. This is not a one and done. This is trying to get you to act. This is trying to get you to act. Because you are the ones that's going to lead all of this. Because one person can't do shit. Hell, I can't even operate Twitch properly. I can't do Discord. I can do fucking Instagram. All I can do is yap here. That is my one involvement here. I can't be you. I can't be as important as you in this. All I can be is myself, sit here and talk to you. The rest you kind of have to do.
And individual states have. VBG Ramji flips that logic on its head. For most states, funding shifts to a 60-40 split, with states now paying 40% of the cost. This change comes as states are already dealing with delayed fund releases from the union government. As of December 3rd, 2025, pending dues had crossed 9,400 crores, including unpaid wages and material costs. States like Andhra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Telangana have been especially affected, with workers facing long wage delays and longer work days. In this context, forcing states to contribute 40% encourages them to limit employment, not expand it. And this is where the bill strikes at the very core of federalism. The union government keeps control over key decisions like allocations, rules, coverage, while states increasingly shoulder the financial and legal liabilities. States still have to pay unemployment allowances and compensate for delayed wages, even when delays are caused by the union government
Okay,
by
stop
not
threatening
releasing
them,
funds.
please.
Critics warn that
Share
when
the
the
stream and yeah, Arun is not getting banned, guys. Why would Arun get banned? You can't ban off Twitch. Twitch, I'll tell you this. We had this shit where our Twitch was region locked. This happened a few times where you couldn't watch the stream one day on Twitch from India without a, what's the word for it? VPN. You know what I did? I restarted the stream because the new stream goes through a new server. I don't know why this happened, but it did happen. So I just reset the server. Easy as that. That's why I keep telling you they can't ban us on Twitch. That's why we do this on Twitch.
union government uses measures like the multi-dimensional
But
poverty
do not
in-
forget, even if somehow they ban us on Twitch, I will run this on Discord. I will run this anywhere. Because if I have the privilege of talking to you about this kind of shit, I am going to do this anyway. All I'm asking you is to spread the name. At the very least. The day BJP IDSL finds out about Twitch, we are all cooked. No, we are not. That's not how Twitch works. That is the best part. They'll be stuck in bath streams, by the way. I'm not even joking. The BJP IT cell will come here and they will flood bath streams or hot tub streams. I love Twitch. There are no corporate channels here yet. Exo, there are. Also, you did not want to come on Twitch.
index to determine
They are starving states to submission, yes. But which states are we talking about?
allocation. It could punish states that are already performing well and investing
Maybe Indian diaspora needs to radicalize to become leftist so they don't support. The fuck do you think we are doing? I need links to bath streams. I will not send them to you. I am sorry. Although I personally don't like to get involved in international population, the international population is far too much Sanghi right now. I am not kidding. They hold far too much power. A lot of the BJP's influence comes from international politics, international people. The reason why it comes from there is because they get permission. So what happens is, for example, what happens with America? Why do you think America never talks about all of the issues in India? Why do you think Europe never talks about, even though they have a anti-Indian boner? Is because the RSS through NRIs lobbies the US and European governments to push their narratives. That is what they did with Gavin Newsom when he killed the anti-caste bill in California.
heavily in health, education, and welfare, like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. At the same time, poorer states may receive higher notional allocations but still struggle to meet the mandatory 40% contribution. In both cases, the result will be fewer days of work. For many states, this is simply not feasible. These concerns are not abstract. For over 3 years now, the union government withheld Manrega funds from West Bengal, citing alleged irregularities, even when courts ordered release of funds. Rural workers lost wages and employment, while the union government faced...
No, so the thing is, Hasra, we are focusing on India only, but you have to realize India India is not in isolation. We are not in isolation. We cannot act like frogs in a well. We cannot. We have been doing that. The reason why the British took over in the first place is because we acted like we were frogs in the well, that we did not have any understanding of what is happening internationally. No, we cannot be isolationist today. Every isolationist country is bombed out of existence most of the time, especially if it has the potential to be to profit the West. What do you think happens in Africa? Why do you think Africa can't be isolationist? No, that was because Indian-based empire fall. Why do you think the Indian-based empire fell? Because of their isolationist policies. See, the capitalist system is never going to leave us alone. We have to be understanding of it. One of the reasons why North Korea can be an isolationist and yet deal with Japan, for example, is because they literally have nothing to offer in terms of resources. That's why everyone used to leave them alone. India has resources. Why do you think this is vassalization of India that is happening right now? Is modern form of colonization. We only with international movement. Yes, we move with international movement as well. That is another aspect of it. Never take your international peer for granted. They'll help you organize. They will help. We need the organizations from the framework. We need leftist Akhand Bharat. No. There is a concept of leftist Akhand Bharat as well. That's what BJP leftists say. But that my earlier joke wasn't about that. I want a European style peace agreement within South Asia, where rather than fighting with each other continuously on every fucking single issue, we have open trade. We need an open transfer of people, information, cultures. That is what I was getting at. Anyway, that's different. The point, yeah, maybe, but not get involved in Western countries. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to get involved in Western countries. You have, no, seriously true, yes. I'm not saying you don't have to get involved with Western countries. What you need to do is be together on an international level with leftist organizations. That is what it means to support. The people who are actually revolting against the US because of their starvation, invasion, and oppression of Cuba is the International Leftist Organization. There are a few, multiple. They are the ones talking about it. If we are an isolationist country that has rejected every form of goodwill that comes from other leftist organizations, we are on our own. Yeah, because in the West, all left is majoritarily. They are getting stronger. I'm not kidding. They are getting stronger, which is a good thing. No, seriously true. Be corporative. Yes. Yeah, maybe it's in West, but also left is not majority or strong. It is getting stronger. That's all fucked up after follow. Yeah, sure. You can have all of your arguments with respect to the USSR. You can have when it fell. You can have about oh my God, what happened and everything is destroyed. I would still implore you to think what's happened from now. Yeah, they are getting harder after Mamdani. DSA just won all 3 seats Mamdani enforced in New York City. And socialism is, you can argue with me about this kind of socialism is just democratic socialist and it's not true socialism, whatever, it doesn't matter. The Overton window is shifting. If we cannot capitalize on it now, we are never going to capitalize on it ever. So capitalize on it, shift the Overton window, shift the permission structures to the leftists, and then we can talk about and fight about you want anarcho-socialism or you want anarcho-communism, whatever. Is doing pretty well in the UK as well. Yes, I know. The one of them recently win. Abhi is waqt kuch bhi de do. Yeah, exactly. At this point, we are nowhere, dude. We are literally nowhere. If we are nowhere, then we have to be more pragmatic about these things. I know a lot of people on Twitter that I know absolutely despise Mamdani for I don't even know what. They are very quiet when he does a rent freeze as promised, and then they're very loud when he had went to a Jewish temple or something. I'm just like, dude, come on. He did a rent freeze. The worst thing he did was elect Jessica Tisch. And again, yeah, that is still the worst thing he did. Also, neither of us live in New York or will ever be to America. We are not Americans or New Yorkers. मुझे अभी पता चला हिंदुस्तान में भी ग्रीन पार्टी देयर इज व्हाट
Little
Anyway, let's just
immediate
continue.
accountability.
I know you don't like Mamdani as well, but literally it doesn't, like, we are not Americans, we don't live in America. If he offers to talk about us, sure. He was also the first one to call out Modi, which is what I appreciate. He didn't eat a single rich person yet. I just don't like NY. I mean, he's doing it at least. He's doing something. Oh, you're just making that argument, okay?
Now, this new bill also
He mentioned Gujarat. Yes, it was a big thing. He was one of the first people to actually mention it. We were just the ones mentioning it. I am sorry, Aberlin. I'm literally autistic sometimes. I mean, I don't say that as like, oh my god, I'm autistic. I am medically diagnosed autistic person with ADHD.
allows states to suspend work for up to 60 days during the peak
I
agriculture
know Supreme Court
season,
lawyers who think left and center is the same thing and other misinformed opinions. Baba Sahib was not fucking around when he said educate, organize, agitate. Yes, exactly.
citing the need to ensure
We are at the educate part of it, guys. That's why I keep saying get people more involved. We missed out on the education, but that is what we are doing right now. मैं वही बोल रहा था, जगह जगह मोगली जाए उस पूछ तो हिंदुस्तान में समटाइम्स हसरा आई डोंट इवन नो व्हाट हाउ टू रीड यू. मैं वही बोल रहा था, जहां जहां मोगली जाए उससे पूछो तो हिंदुस्तान में क्या कर रहा है. ये एग्जैक्टली दैट इज व्हाट वी नीड. I won't judge. I'm German. Stare. Oh lol. What he can do it, create more structures for socialism. Yes, exactly. I mean, he is. Just look at the goddamn Overton window. Like literally, the Overton window has shifted towards socialism in America. Like socialism has never been more popular in America, and he is doing sewer socialism at the best of it. No, don't give me more power to you. Like, do your fucking part. I can't do this alone. Like I don't have an IT cell department here. Guys, most right-wing YouTubers have an IT cell dedicated for them. I mean, yes, ironically, we have socialism in our constitution. Yes, we do. Because in India, it is very easy to convince people of socialism. The only issue here is that we have had 77 years of RSS capitalistic fascist authoritarian rule, or at least propaganda, which decimates every single step of the socialist ideological leanings of the Indian constitution. We are fighting an enemy that has been in power technically for 77 years. When it was banned, it did entryism into the Congress, which was leading. That's why Congress never picked up anything against. Maybe we forgot to add national before it. Oh, yeah, I know. It's a joke. Yeah, I know. No, it was very much for a reason we didn't add national before it. National socialism is just fascist authoritarianism repackaged. Like, come on. Like, national socialism is what BJP is doing. Guys, Bharatiya Janata Party translates to the Indian Socialist Party, or like the Nationalist Socialist Party, which is so fucking mind-blowing because that is what the like Hitler's party was called. They took it from there.
for farm labor availability. But available data does not support claims of widespread labor shortages caused by Manrega. Wage trends do not show sustained spikes, and factors like mechanization and crop changes play a larger role. CPIM MP John Brittas has criticized this provision, arguing
I am just gonna tell you this. I love John Brittas. I'm sorry. Like I don't care if you hate CPIM. Like I fucking hate CPIM, especially in the north. But I fucking love John Brittas. John Brittas has been standing up for people from the fucking get-go. So it's Cockroach Socialist Party. Yes, that is what it means. The ideological, like CJP and BJP are ideologically basically null at this point. So they're completely pointless. I fucking love John Brittas. Like, I may not like the CPI for a lot of things, but I love John Brittas because John Brittas has actually stood up for people. Every single time, he's the first one to get out there, which is fucking amazing.
that halting public works to push labor into private farms amounts to state-managed labor supply and not welfare. The new bill also builds in technology-based
He
controls
did.
that are
That's why I like him. Because he didn't do it out of, oh, I'm gonna get votes out of it. He was the first person to be there. He was the frontliner for it. There was also this another person who I forgot the name of. He also stood up for Mohammad Deepak before anyone. Like Congress normally waits to see where these things are going. Like Congress will wait and check, oh, where the winds are blowing before getting on a topic. Britas is there first day. Like he was there first day for even Mohammad Deepak when that shit happened. He was there for trans when that shit happened. He was there for G. He was there for the Shanti Bill protest. He was there for US India trade deal. He was there for Europe India US India Europe trade deal. Fucking wins back to back, always on the right side of fucking history. Like he is my favorite parliamentarian at this point of time. It used to be for like when I didn't know shit about shit. Communists are always there usually. Yes. Like when I didn't know shit about shit, my favorite politician, like favorite person to speak of was Moitra. But then I got wizened up very quickly. But people are the issue with communism and communists or socialists in India is mostly that they do not have like the structures for publicizing their views, because a lot of them actually think take Marx literally, where he said like, socialism or Marxism is inherent to the being of a worker, which they take it literally to mean that, oh, everyone should arrive at Marxism on their own and then join the movement, but which is not true. There's a lot of propagandizing, like actual propagandizing, not like liberal propagandizing that the BJP and the Congress do. Propagandizing that needs to be done. There's a lot of messaging. We have to shift the Overton window. We have to do a culture shift for this kind of politics. They ignore that completely. That is the problem. That's why it is not as popular as it was before. Because earlier they had this idea that it is inherent, but they forgot that the inherentness came from the Indian Constitution. I like Mahua too before CA NRC. Then I realized I was listening to shorts and not her full interviews. Yes, I can relate. I can very much relate. She's literally dancing with Kangana Ranaut, Supriya Sule for Jindal's daughter's wedding. Jindal is a prime time BJP funder and MLA. And sorry, MP. I don't remember if it's MLA or MP. And she went to his she literally went to his daughter's wedding, which like that would have been excusable if she literally just went for like whatever reason, but she went there and started dancing in a choreographed dance with Kangana Ranaut. She had a choreographed dancing session for Jindal's daughter and their BJP guests with Kangana Ranaut, no less. Very, very dark. This is the first time in front of a fellow victim. Yeah, we are all victims of center right-wing propaganda. I was a Sanghi at one point. I was a literal Sanghi at one point. Like everyone was Adlik in India starting off. I grew up in the RSS ecosystem. I had all of these shitties view about reservation, misogyny as any other fucking Sanghi. No, you are Marathi, so I can understand. I literally grew up in Pune. Like, seriously, I literally grew up in Pune. This is like, it's a stronghold. It is the stronghold. People think Nagpur is a stronghold. Fuck no. Pune is a literal stronghold. Everything happens from Pune. We had people like Shivaji Maharaj, and then we had people like Godse and shit.
Have already ended up excluding genuine workers. Biometric attendance, geotagging, mandatory eKYC and Aadhaar-based payments are written into this law. And all this despite reports of connectivity failures and authentication errors. By April 2025, around 27% of the workers
exactly,
were ineligible for Aadhaar-based payments, and more than 1.2 crore job cards had been deleted since 2019. Under the new framework, workers risk losing wages due to technical failures entirely beyond their control. Now, supporters point to the increase from 100 days to 125 days of work as proof of expansion. But many have called this misleading. I'll tell you why. Because they argue that even under Manrega, average employment had fallen to around 50 to 55 days per household because of budget cuts and payment delays. Raising the ceiling without fixing the funding, wages and delay changes very little on the ground. As activist Aruna Roy has argued, real reform would have been strengthening of wages, timeliness and grievance redressal, not just shifting the cost onto the states. At its core, the VBG Ramji bill reshapes responsibility in India's welfare system. The union government keeps control over money and rules. States inherit financial risk, and workers face greater uncertainty in accessing what was once guaranteed to be a right.
It took us 45 minutes to get through a 10-minute video. Just letting you know. Also, like, right now, two, and I'm not even kidding, 2 BJP ruled states are flagging concerns. Like, and we have fucking AAP on the other hand, just giving the notice about like, oh, we are accepting VBG Ramji. Like, come on. Like, at least be better than BJP ruled states.
2 of them, ruled by the BJP, have raised concerns over the increased financial burden on them under the Viksit Bharat guarantee for
And they're
Rozgar.
doing it for utterly capitalist interests as well. But that is not, is stupid. The one of the major things that we have to address is that people, the right to work becomes like, it doesn't stay as a right to work. It is just gone.
and Ajivika Mission, Gramin, or VBG Ramji. The new Rural Employment Program comes into effect on July 1st. But ahead of its rollout, several states have raised concerns over the new scheme. These concerns were revealed through a right to information reply shared by the Union Rural Development Ministry. The government shared responses of 13 states. According to the reply, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Jharkhand sought a review of the funding pattern. Sikkim and Uttarakhand also asked the centre to reconsider the proposal, while Punjab, Karnataka, and Telangana flagged concerns over other provisions. So, what are the states worried about? The biggest concern is the new
Can I
funding
share a link of
formula.
something I watched? It was
Under
NCPSP.
VBG Ram-
Will you explain a little or give TLDR? You can see later guests. So just send it. We can just talk about it in a bit.
Ramji.
Right after I'm done
Most
recording
states
this.
will have to bear 40% of the total expenditure. Under Manrega, the centre took care of the wage bill fully and states contributed only a part of the material costs. This accounted for around 10% of the total expenditure. 5 of the 13 states consulted also sought higher wages for rural workers, saying the current rates are below market wages. Bihar, for instance, wants the daily wage raised from 255 rupees to 413 rupees, while Jammu and Kashmir has sought an increase from 272 rupees to 311 rupees. Jharkhand, Punjab, and Uttarakhand also call for higher or more competitive wages. Another major concern is the proposed 60-day blackout period during the peak agricultural season. At least 4 states objected to the provision, saying it could affect employment opportunities for rural workers. While the centre says the break will make labour more easily available for agriculture, activists argue it could weaken workers' bargaining power. Punjab, Karnataka, and Telangana are among the states that have sought a review of this provision. Nearly all the states also highlighted delays in wage and material payments under Manrega and urged the centre to ensure timely payments under the new scheme.
For people who want more understanding of this, there is a great article by Dismantling the Right to Work, The Reality of VBG Ramji by Vikram Singh on peoplesdemocracy.in. I would highly ask you to read this. I'm not going to. But having curtailing year-round employment, for this is This is a major part of this, by the way. This is a major part. Like, I'm not going to go every single step here. I'm going to go with respect to this. This is a very big issue with respect to this scheme, because I think the Jairamji scheme stops payment during actual working days where it's needed the most. Manrega guarantees the work throughout the year to the workers whenever they demand. Section 6 of the bill, under the pretext of facilitating of adequate availability of agricultural labor during peak agriculture seasons, makes it highly regressive provision. Section 6.2 of the People Power stipulates no work shall be commenced or executed during peak agriculture season. The power to notify such periods and areas is vested within the state. This provision is directly against the right to work. With high use of mechanizations, the working days are decreased in agriculture and work opportunities are falling even in peak season. Now, this added to the US-India trade deal is problematic. US-India trade deal mandates India to buy heavy machinery from America. That directly benefits people like Adani and Ambani who want to get into politics, get into agriculture. They are the ones who are going to have this profit out of this. You know why they're going to have profit out of this? It's because they can just say, oh no, we are not hiring. We are just machinize everything. Earlier with Manrega, they would have to give the job irrespective of the mechanization. Now they don't have to. Yeah, so subscribe to Burn Chaddis. With the high use of mechanization, the working days decreased. Manrega has had to resist the fall of wage rate and become an instrument of collective bargaining to ensure better wages for work in agriculture operations. And even through that, they're underpaid, by the way. Just saying, farmers are still underpaid even after this. This cause will give a free hand to landlords, the rich peasants, to exploit agricultural laborers. It serves the class interests of landlords and capitalist farmers by ensuring the availability of cheap labor during peak season. A publicly funded welfare and development program is thus deliberately suspended to protect the private profit interests. This directly helps Adani and Ambani. In the video, I'll probably on YouTube probably post the link for it as well. God fucking damn it.